The urban heat island phenomenon refers to the phenomenon where cities experience higher temperatures compared to the surrounding rural areas. This is primarily due to the fact of replacing natural vegetation with heat-absorbing surfaces like pavement and buildings.
In a city like Sunnydale, the urban geometry such as narrow streets and tall concrete buildings will trap heat and block natural wind flow. This scorching heat also affects the tall buildings that soak in all this heat, making it unbearably hot.
An experiment conducted by Steel Canyon High School named the exploration of energy transfers of materials like concrete, grass, bushes, asphalt, and metal have been seen to have higher temperatures in the sun than in the shade. This is an example of the urban heat phenomenon, showing how much energy an item can absorb in the sun that is not in the shade.
Guys, today we're interviewing a resident of Sunnydale. How is it living in this city?
So hot. Oh my god, look how much I'm sweating. Like, look how much I'm sweating, man. Like, they have to fix this.
That's crazy. The first problem present in Sunnydale is the scorching hot roofs. Since Sunnydale is packed with many buildings, that means it's present with many roofs as well. These roofs are in the sun all day, absorbing the heat. How can we help this?
The other problem here in Sunnydale is the high usage of air conditioning units. Not only does it suck up a lot of energy, but the process of cooling the buildings themselves heats the surrounding area and releases harmful greenhouse gases.
For our first mitigation strategy, since Sunnydale is packed with high-rise roofs and has limited space, our solution is to use a reflective colored paint to paint the roofs of the buildings. Using this paint, it would be very budget-friendly and reduce the heat on these roofs. According to Lawrence Berkeley National Lab Heat Island Group, a clean white roof on a summer afternoon was seen to reflect 80% of sunlight and will stay 50 degrees cooler than a gray roof that only reflects 20% of sunlight, although exterior walls are exposed to less sunlight than roofs on the same principles. It applies that we can reduce the overall temperature more with both walls and roofs painted a light reflected cover.
Another way we can reduce the heat in Sunnydale is decreasing the amount of air conditioning used. Because of Sunnydale being prone to hot weather, air conditioning is used in almost every building. Due to this, energy costs rise for residents and greenhouse gases are emitted from the air conditioning units. High use of air conditioning can put a large strain on the power. As seen in this article from ASU, to keep people cool, air conditioning systems can consume more than 50% of total electricity during extreme heat and put a strain on electrical grids. Cooling demands for rapidly expanding urban areas like Phoenix are likely to increase considerably during the next several decades. On top of this, high use of air conditioning releases more and more greenhouse gases into the surrounding environment, further trapping heat. To mitigate these problems, researchers have found ways to passively cool homes and to produce air conditioning that does not rely on greenhouse gas-emitting chemicals. We can replace the old-school air conditioning units with a new approach to cooling. Mechanical engineer Eric Kozabel with National Renewable Energy Laboratory in Golden, Colo, and his group designed a new system that uses evaporative cooling with salty water instead of greenhouse gas coolants, and it cools even more efficiently. Because it uses salt water to dry out the air it's cooling, less humidity equals better evaporative cooling. The team tested the system and found it lowered the room's temperature by 10 degrees Celsius and used a sixth of the electricity without the use of greenhouse gases. In conclusion, changing the colors of the rooftops and exterior walls of buildings in Sunnydale and using new technologies for cooling and using passive cooling instead of using old-school air conditioning, using greenhouse gases will positively affect Sunnydale and its current problems while working around the limitations such as limited water availability and limited room for new greenery.
The new strategies can decrease the sunlight absorbed by roofs and walls by 80%, and the new cooling technologies can decrease roof temps by 10 degrees Celsius at 1/6 of the cost, and without the use of harmful greenhouse gases. We are appreciative to the council for listening to our presentation, and we hope you take our strategies into consideration.
Thank you.